Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting us a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. In addition to that, we also have open slots available in games like this one. So if you're interested in exploring Marquette to the fullest extent that you can, and experiencing a living universe, this is a perfect place for you to go ahead and jump into the action. You can do that by joining our Patreon, which is listed down in the description below. It's been a while. Bro, Scott, tell us what happened last session.
All right, so started off our last session by everyone but Sinclair found out that Sinclair was getting mugged by some guys pretending to be with the church. So that was a great start. Fordham got a rock. We met a trader named Marbles from Marquette, cool guy. After who we agreed that he would help us teleport to Marquette by providing some spell stuff for Argon. And after that, we all decided to go and give one more try at the stupid book test for the Slayer's take, but only Argon passed because the test was dumb. Let's see, teleported to Marquette. We're in a swamp. Killed us some gators.
Yeah, that covers just about everything, huh?
Yeah.
So, you all are standing there, knee deep in the swamp water, some of you, and others on top of the vessel that has just been customized and outfitted with the wheels of water riding and a newly perfectly skinned large chunk of alligator meat and skin. Everything is brought on top, and would the three of you, actually no, that would be all four of you, would the four of you like to describe what your Marquesian alligator-themed dress wear looks like on you?
Actually, it'd be just the three of them. Because I still have mine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, just the three of you.
I pretty sure Argon's is mostly just a cloak to go over the top of it because he doesn't want to replace his Lyceum robes. So, and I'm assuming the boots that I have are already waterproof because they were made by a master craftswoman. So
Yes, they are.
So the main thing I've got is like a sea cloak, a cloak to go over the top of it to keep everything else from getting wet.
Alrighty. Fordrum?
Probably not too much alligator on me. I might have fashioned some of the scale. Well, I probably have leftover scales for the needs that'll come up later. But for the most part, I think I would have made a fancier pouch out of this to hold the Father Stone for a while. Yeah.
Is it like a front pouch, like in front of you?
No, it's on my
Or
side.
like around your waist?
It's on my side, and it's long enough that it could hang in front of me. It could get swung around behind me. It just kind of depends on, because you don't want a pouch with a rock in it in the way of your swinging arm.
So very fanny pack-esque.
Yeah, hangs across me. It's satchel-like.
Satchel. Okay, that type of
Yeah,
pouch. Okay.
exactly.
It's not a purse, guys. It's
Satchel.
a satchel.
But it's a little rounder because of rock in it.
And Bruska.
So Braska went a little creative and used the head. He split the jaw in half and just used each of those as a pauldron, like each jaw side. Other than that, he doesn't really have much going on anyways as far as clothes, so.
Alrighty.
And then
well,
for me, I took off all my furs, threw them in the bag of holding, and I'm in my silk robe and bottoms.
as you're all sitting there with Marbles and everyone else, you begin riding on top of the swampy water with your newly outfitted wheels that Fordrum has customized. And somehow, this works. As you're all traveling, you begin noticing the trees are breaking and the water becomes much more brock-watery, where it collides with the salt and the fresh atmospheres of waters and gives off a very distinct smell, and the coloration begins purifying slightly into a turquoisey look. As you continue traveling down this pathway, you look to the right of you where there's about 15 to 20 individuals right now washing clothes inside of this swampy water, cleaning it off with bits of the salt water of the ocean, and they all look at you very strangely. The diversity here is something that is very different for many of you in the world. It is closer in resemblance to your time spent over in the Menagerie Coast, where you can see there are halflings, there are lizard folk, there's gnomes, there's a couple of humans, there's wood elves, drow, all manners of individuals just intermingling and enjoying their time here. As you pass by a lot of them, one of them waves over and Marble gives them a nice little wave back as well. And he diverts the cart to start heading over to the side where now you're going across a very large section of a grassy and sandy beach. The terrain in this territory shifts within the blink of an eye from each different location that you look at. Behind you, the swampy overgrowth. In front of you, the vast, beautiful ocean. And to the left of you, you see this mountain range that has all of this green forestation encrusted into it. Dark brown colored stone, which is strange for all of you. You've never seen mountains with that type of coloration to it. And underneath all of that, maybe 2 miles away from it, there's these buildings made out of wood, clay, and then tinier huts made out of sticks and scrap leathers outside of that. Despite its not very well put together form, there's also a tremendous amount of foot traffic and individuals, some of which are wearing crests from all over the world that you would recognize, some having symbols of the Iron Authority and the Navy that they have from Tal'Dorei, individuals that are still wearing crests of Whitestone on long cloaks, though everything else they have is very, well, light on their bodies. You see individuals walking around in full dress suits, swimsuits, outfits of all variations, and there is a good 5,000 or 6,000 people you can peer just with your naked eye out here inside of Shamal.
Do you know, Marbles, how many people call Shamal home?
Well, there's a good, I'd say, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 of us.
Jesus.
Everyone else kind of, they're tourists.
A lot of people.
We're a big shipping lane
A
here.
lot of people coming and going.
Oh, yeah, all the time. It's what makes the place so interesting, you know?
Because this is the only major port here in Marquette, correct? Seaport?
That's correct, yeah. Oh, you did a little research on us before you came here. Good for you.
I don't like to go anywhere blind.
Well, good choice. That's why I keep my eyes open.
It's always helpful.
Yeah. Not to mention all of the rich folk really like coming out here just to check out Alan's closet, you know?
Alan's closet?
Argon, history check on that one.
Phone shopping?
History. Oh,
14 is high enough for you. When you were just a small lad, your family took you on vacation, and you kind of like pushed it to the back of your mind. It was a beautiful beach resort in some strange place that they just kept calling it, Dallin's Closet.
I think I've been there when I was a child on a vacation. Is it a vacation spot?
Oh, have you now? He sticks his pinky out as a minor mockery of you.
Yeah, he comes from a fancy
Yeah.
family.
That's good on you. Hey, fancy families is why we get to keep the lights on in this port. You guys pay stupid amounts of money. Maybe they pay a golden oyster.
Mm.
You can just jump in the water and find them.
Yeah, the
We're in
Turkles
the
must be
wrong
making a
fucking
lot of
business.
money. The Rift Divers must be making a killing out here.
Oh, all the time. I did that for a short period of time before I decided I wanted to travel more. Might go back.
Speaking of travel, I know that we're going to be parting ways here soon. Do you think you might be able to help us procure a waystone to help us navigate the desert?
A map? If you need a map, I
It's
can
more of
try
a
to-
map / compass. It helps you navigate in the desert.
I mean, I could try to ask around. We have a beautiful bazaar here that we can check out, and I can introduce you to some good folk that aren't going to con you too bad.
What's a waystone, Sinclair?
It's like a wayfinder.
Yeah, okay.
It helps you navigate based off magnetic, and like you set it to one location.
I have to ask, are you proficient in cartographers?
No, it's just how we used to get around in the desert. Because otherwise you're just going off the sun, and
Actually, that makes sense for a desert people. They would have something similar to that even back then.
yeah,
That would actually make sense. So yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk around and ask the right people, but there's trails that we have that lead out there. People follow them most of the time.
Wasn't the
Or you go with an expert who will show you.
wasn't our intention to join a caravan or something, Sinclair, to get to wherever we're going?
if there's one available, but if there's not,
Oh,
following
there's always people.
following a trail in the event we get lost, it's always handy to have a waystone that leads back to the point that it's set to.
All right, well, let's try to get you guys a waystone then, eh? Come on. As you start going through, you enter closer in towards all of the hut areas, and it seems to be tiny little vendors giving out different items and trying to sell whatever they have. You see a couple of these goblinoids are trying to hawk exotic looking fruits to everybody. Yes, there's cantaloupe among them as well, and honeydew melon. There's individuals trying to sell beautiful assortment of beaded straps for your wrists, your neck. Incredibly well made and very unique looking. There's people who are trying to sell dream catchers to help stave off bad dreams and memories for individuals. All assortments of different varying items. And Marbles begins walking through and looking for some people. And periodically someone will wave over at him and he'll nod and smile back at them as well. Seems to be not a famous person around here, but known. People recognize this guy. And so far, everybody seems to like him just fine as well. He eventually brings you over towards this slightly larger hut that has these purple drapes that sit along the edges and backs of it and open flaps on the side to mimic sheltered and veiled looking windows. And as you go over towards that, he'll whistle inside. Hey, mama, mama. You watch as a very leathery skinned human woman, very dark Marquesian complexion, wanders out. Her hair is kept in 6 large braids that are all tied together in a big lump. You see the grays starting to sit into the roots as well, and there's some wear and tear, but a elegance to the way she moves as she comes out here. Marbles, pleasure to see you. It's been a while. She pinches his snout like he's an alligator and kisses either side of his cheek. I see you have yourself some friends here. She'll look over at all of you. Yes. Everyone, this is my mama.
In Marquesian, I say,
Hi, Marvel's mom.
pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Mama Marbles.
Pleasure as well. So, why'd you bring all these fine, strange folk here? Oh, they need a waypoint. A travel stone?
Waystone.
A waystone. All right. Any location in particular you guys are all heading out to?
I'm making a pilgrimage out to Ankara.
Uncle. Oh, I haven't been out there since I was a little girl. Let's see if I ain't got something from back in those days. Come on in. Come on inside. She ducks underneath one of the flaps, and, well, Argan and Bruska both have to duck very far underneath to fit into this hut. Though it is very wide, its height peaks just over 7 feet tall, so the two of you are stuck crouching slightly
Well,
as you're inside.
I'm right in the chair, so
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Braska, sorry. As you enter in, you see an assortment of all these weird-looking trinkets on the walls. Some of them look to be shriveled up little bits of, like, frog legs and chicken legs and all varieties of strange items. She also has an assortment of different knickknacks that look solid and rock-like in nature. And as you are walking in, you see that she has this tall standing shelf that's fixated to a simple, what looks to be sea wreckage plank of wood to sit on top of the sandy bottoms here, aside from all of the nice rugs that you can walk upon. As she goes over there, she starts looking at different maps she has and pulls one of them out and jostles around, where you watch a circular object slides out and lands into her palm before she walks over and one of y'all need this.
Yes, ma'am. We brought some gator meat from the swamps.
Ooh, gator meat always goes so well. So, I think we could sell this to you for 600 gold.
Sinclair, you probably don't know anything about current pricing in this place, do you?
I know that you can't put a price on not dying in the desert.
It would have been like each clan had one of these back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your entire clan would have one.
Yeah. They even back when I was here last, they were worth quite a penny. Most clans could only afford one.
All right, huddle up.
Okay.
We could potentially either trade her something or just pay for it. I mean, it's 60 platinum.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna break us by any means. The
You think she'd be interested in one of them ice worm spines? I know they don't get those out here.
I imagine they don't. We also have a ruby that would be worth about as much.
We have winter wolf pelts. You know, things that aren't common lizard folk do tend to collect.
I was gonna say, by the look of this woman, that alchemist ring would probably solve some issues for her. We're not using it, and it looks like she makes stuff. Fordham just looks at all the dried, crazy shit on the roof.
Well, it's entirely up to y'all. If y'all want to offer up some of our goods, or if you just want to straight pay her.
See, the two of them are whispering as well as all four of you are huddled up with one another.
Why don't we just offer 2 ice worm spines? 2 out of the 6.
Sure.
All right. I will fish out 2 ice worm spines. These are the spines of an ice worm that we fought in Wildmount, way in the mountains far, far north of here. They have considerable uses for alchemy. I'm not sure exactly what, I don't know if you're a merchant like your son or if you do another line of business, but they're certainly valuable.
I'm the medicine woman around here.
So you probably know a great deal about potions.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if you personally know any uses for these. I know other alchemists from other lands we've journeyed to have used these, though I do not know the exact use of them. I'm not much of an alchemist myself.
She'll hold her hands out to examine them herself.
Okay, I'll hand her.
She'll start analyzing them and turning it around, and
I might be able to make something quite decent out of these things. Now, my son says y'all are particularly good at killing big gators.
Yep.
We are.
All right. She'll take the 2, hand you the stone
Okay.
as trade. And when you look at the stone, it's smooth on top, and it has this like little metallic doil on it that's like just barely adjusting in specific directions.
I'll hand it to Sinclair. He's the one that seems to know how it works. I imagine I could figure it out.
Waystone
but-
points the right way.
Well, it's attached to something out there in the Ancherel. So hopefully it'll get you there no problem.
Yes.
Oh.
I hand it to Fordrum because he's got the better survival. I hand it to you and I go, so it's going to point you in the direction of Ancherel.
Mm-hmm.
And if it starts spinning,
We're there.
basically.
Uh-huh.
Or we're in deep trouble.
Now, it can also get skewed if you deal with any of them, golem type creatures. For some reason, they always send it berserk when they get too close to it.
Yes.
Interesting.
So Fordrum will play with it to see how it works, holding it flat in his hand and then turning around in a circle, making it point in a direction.
Interesting.
You can affix it to a band and have it on your arm.
Oh. Okay.
Now, if y'all are as good at killing things as my son would suggest to me, I got a little, favor to ask you. Be willing to pay you for it as well if you can manage. You see, one of my neighbors, Rick is his name. He's a dick.
You want us to
And
kill
he
your
has
neighbor?
this. What? No!
Oh, I was totally
No,
ready to go
I-
out nice like that.
No, you just feed them to the gators.
No, that is. Y'all are some hostile people, ain't you? Didn't your mama ever teach you religion?
No.
No, she did not. But I apologize. I interrupted. Continue your story.
So every week or so, we have this competition, right? Where different individuals get to come in and set up a gladiator against this monstrous creature that he had captured out in the bayou. See, there was a gator out there that we've been telling stories about for the past 90 years or so, called 1,000 Teeth. Because he's so big, he got 1,000 teeth in his mouth.
Joey, is this gator older than that?
You've never heard of
Okay.
it. I'll say that.
Maybe back in my day it was 100 teeth.
When the Taras question comes into play. So, there's been some people signing up thinking that they can take it on, but, he hasn't been, telling the public how big this gator is. And the rule says all you gotta do is wrestle it into submission. Problem is, he don't feed it right. So it just eats. There's been quite a few people who tally up and start placing bets to try to, 1v1 this creature. And it's gotten to the point where they even start allowing 2v1s on it. And it's just been killing person after person after person.
Well, they'll allow
So-
4v1. That would be something that we could possibly do. I'm pretty sure we can wrangle
Give
you
to
up
try
a
this
gator.
thing.
Well, I mean, if you want to go the legitimate route through the tournament and make some betting money, you're going to be stuck to like 2 of you at most against it. But if you want, I know where he keeps it stored during the day. And honestly, I'm just tired of patching up the people that manage to survive. And there's some good folk coming in off the boat, and that ain't good for business, but he's making money, so he don't care. Just need that creature, toothless.
Mm.
Catch my drift.
Break all its teeth, but leave it left alive.
That's
Well,
no way
at
to
that
treat
point,
a
you
thing
just
like
put
that.
the creature down. Yeah, that's just torturous. Just put it down.
I say we get better odds on a 1v1 and then we buff the crap out of Broska and send Broska.
Yeah.
Well, 2v1s, you can do 2v1s.
That's
Do
nice
you know
and
the
all.
rules that they have for the live tournament?
Sure, yeah. You're not allowed to be affiliated with any special guilds or companies for fighting or combat, like the Slayers take and stuff like that. None of y'all are Slayers,
That
right?
is correct.
We are
Yeah, that's good. That's
Not
good.
because of the
definitively
writers.
not.
You can't be a legendary adventurer either.
Uh-oh.
That might
Well,
negate
are
Argon.
you a legend?
He's
I
a
don't-
headmaster.
I don't think there's
Whose
any
line you're
legends.
asking?
I don't think if
Not
we
yet.
were legends, you wouldn't have to ask, right? Isn't that how that works?
My mom thinks pretty high of us, so guys
My
can-
mom does not, though. So
Yeah,
it balances out.
Right. Well, so long as you ain't legendary and people don't know of you, you're allowed to register for this. It's 150 gold buy-in, but again, you could die.
Can we bet more than
to
that?
do it. Well, no, that's for you to buy in. Anybody else can bet, but I would encourage y'all to not take this creature so lightly. It's a legendary beast. I mean, people from all over Marquette.
All
come
right,
out
so
just to see
I'm gonna
it.
buy in. Wardrobe, you can take 600 gold from me and just place it on me.
Okay. I guess that means I'm not going in with you. Got it.
Well, I can make the bets. So who?
Oh, whoever wants to, just
I think me and Broska could possibly take it. But if we want to fight it outside of the normal means, the problem I see with that is we would be damaging his property. And last I recall, that gets you a hand chopped off.
No, what? We ain't that barbaric all the way out here. That's the Ankarel way. Once you get into the desert and all that. No, you just have to compensate him for his property, which I would compensate for, honestly. It costs about 1,000 gold for that gator, so I'd just pay for it. It wouldn't be an issue at all.
I don't.
And then I'd pay you something on top as well, because I'm tired of cleaning up all these people.
Broska's been looking for some adventure though, and we promised Broska some adventure.
Broska's
By
just
me.
standing there, just like jumping in place like a little excited child.
Well, Broska, me and you could fight it off-site and see if the two of us could take it on, and if we need help, then the rest can help. But that would, you know,
Well, we could do the same thing on the official way. If it really goes bad, me and Fordrum can be right there, and we can.
Yeah,
Chime
and
in.
we make a shitload of money.
Yeah, if it all goes well, we make a bunch of money. If it doesn't go well, we cheat, and we owe him $1,000 for killing it during the cheating.
I see no problem with that plan.
Let me verify that. So what happens if we do fight it? If we send Broska and Sinclair in, say one of them goes down, me and Fordrum decide to interfere. What is the penalty for interfering?
You forfeit any monies you might have made off of bet.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We're not barbaric people.
Well,
You're allowed to save someone's
well,
life. It's just most people ain't dumb enough to get in the pit.
I just
with
want to
1,000
make sure
people.
we weren't going to get arrested or something. You know,
Oh,
I
gosh.
wasn't
No,
worried that
no,
you were
no,
going to
no.
like kill us or anything. I figured at most it would be paying penalties for like loss of property if we killed it or something.
Right, you just forfeit any bets you made.
I'd like to take
That's
a
all.
look at the gator before we decide to fight it.
See,
You guys want me to show you?
Well,
Yeah,
Huh?
if you don't
they're-
mind showing us.
are they doing fights today? Do you know?
There's going to be a fight tonight. Yeah.
Well, so we can go to the fight tonight because I imagine me and Fordrum are going to have to swap spells if we're going to dump all the buffs we can into the two of you. Right, Fordrum? Is that the plan?
I don't know.
I think
haven't
we're better buffers
Best
than the two
spells.
of them are.
Yeah.
That way we can watch to see how it goes, and if we decide tonight that no, there's no way the two of you could deal with it, then we go the other route.
Right. Well, depending how fast it goes as well, the round could be over pretty quickly as well. It's just one more person's going to have to die that way. Or you could just register to sign up today.
You
I think
just
doing
need
it in the
to-
morning is
you
probably
just
the
need to
better
sleep,
option
right,
either way.
Arjun? Or do you just need to spend 8 hours to swap your spells? How does that work?
I've always done my studying in the mornings, not not like in the middle of the day. So I don't know that I've ever spent time doing that. So
Yeah. You prepare your spells first thing in
Right.
the morning when you wake up.
it's up to you guys. I'm more than willing to throw Broska in the pit tonight, but
Well, it sounds like your friend Sinclair here is interested in that as well. I mean, y'all want me to register you
Yes.
for tonight?
Broska, you want to go kill us some gators? Or kill us a
I
gator?
think doing it in the morning is probably still the better option.
Well, I mean, it's not. There's no fights in the morning. The fights are in the evening.
Oh.
when, you know, most people are
Well,
around,
yeah, well,
and most people are drunk enough to spend more money.
That's a good point.
You know, he doesn't work with your schedule. He works with his own.
But I
schedule.
mean, is not doing it tonight is my basic point. Just doing it
all right,
the next round.
all right, fine. That's all right. Just one more innocent person got to die.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to let someone die to a gator, though, Broska.
Well, if you want, I'll register just you.
Or we could take like an hour, and that'll be enough for me.
Oh yeah, we got multiple hours before time.
Oh, okay, then that works.
We're not throwing you into the gator's den
Now,
willy nilly out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, I need to just sharpen my blade, and I don't know what you use, Broska, but, you know, whatever you need.
Roscoe, please describe your meat hammer again. Meat tenderizer.
It's actually not a hammer; it's a glaive. So it's more of like
I'm
a.
looking at the token image, and it has like a
Sorry.
tenderizer back to it. You're good.
Yeah.
That's probably his offhand. Let's be honest.
So really, it's more like one of those forks you use to pull apart like shredded meat,
oh, jeez.
Oh, a kebab stick.
something like that.
Ah.
but longer.
Ah.
All right. Is this the route we're going then tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
I'm into it.
Alrighty. Well then, you two walk with me. You other two be a little farther back. You know, try to make it look like you're not really with them, so he doesn't get suspicious or anything. All right. And do you want me to cover your cover fee, or do you want to pay for it yourself? Keep in mind, I'm taking the winnings if I cover it.
Oh, no,
This
I'm
round.
definitely paying for that myself.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right,
You're
let's
just paying
get out
the
of here.
penalty fee if we have to kill the gator.
Well, if we kill it during the fight, I don't think there's a penalty.
No, but if you
Yeah, there
two,
ain't no
if you
penalty
two
in
join
killing the
in,
fight.
then there might be.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, we just discussed that. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Oh,
We
okay.
just
You know,
forfeit.
you just forfeit any bets you made.
Oh, okay.
Like all four of you, you just forfeit all of your bets.
And I've already marked it on my sheet that I gave Forger my 600 gold to bet on me.
Mm-hmm. It will be done.
Alrighty. So, the four of you wander out of her hut, start heading over into different shopping areas right now. And as she's walking by, you see individuals start like handing her fresh fruits, fresh fish for her to cook with, and she just thanks all of them and keeps walking past. She does stop here just for a few moments to squat down, where you see this kid has his leg is slightly shifted to the right past the knee, and she just starts examining through it and flicks him on the forehead before adding new bandages to the leg that apparently he wasn't keeping up with. Then she wanders over to one of the first clay-made buildings out here. Despite its simple nature, it has a beautiful hand-painted garden outside of it against the building itself. Around the garden, there's the image of this large crocodile that seems to be in a fighting manner with this hulking large minotaur that looks half the size of the crocodile itself. Very beautiful, very well crafted. And she wanders over and knocks very loudly on this wooden, simple door. Moment goes by and it opens up, where you see a halfling sitting there looking up at all of you. Fairly young, maybe 30 or 40 years old. Hey, how we doing? He smiles, and the 3 teeth he's missing are filled in with these nice golden crowns. Hi, Dick. I mean, Rick. I just have some new people here who are interested in becoming gladiators and dying to your beast tonight. Stupid morons can't talk them out of nothing. Don't be so negative. I'm sure all of you are going to be the first ones that succeed.
Hey, if there's a monster or a beast to be tamed, I know me and Bruska can take care of it.
Right, of course, I believe in you, no problem. Gives you the slimiest smile you've ever seen. Now, you understand that this is a fight to wrestle it down. If you happen to kill it, it's unfortunate. Doubt you will. But all you really have to do is pin it. Also, you might get maimed or murdered, depending on the situation. You're all right with that? You're willing to waiver your rights of complaint?
If we bag it, we get to tag it and keep it?
Hell no, that's my beast.
That's fair.
I mean, if we kill it.
No, it's my beast. Mine.
Bruska, you better punch out a tooth for me.
You know I will.
All right, so that'll be 150 gold for both of you. And if you win, you get 300 gold apiece. All right?
All right.
Looking at the two of you, I think we'll give you 2-to-1 odds, no matter what.
All right.
All right, so both of you remove 150 gold from your
Already
character
done.
sheets. Beautiful. We'll see you around dusk, right over by the campfire on the shoreline out there.
Just right out there.
Make sure you
Okay.
rest up and enjoy your last meal.
Oh, we got some gator. Mama, can you make us some gator for lunch?
What do I look like, a cook? I can make some gator tacos. It ain't an issue. Come on. He slams the door in your face, and the two of you walk away. As you're passing by, Mama looks over at Forgrim and Argan. All right, the two of you can knock on his door and place whatever bets you feeling like placing, okay?
Yep, thank you.
I'll go with Fortune.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Guys, it's a busy day today. Throws the door open. He looks at Forgrim and immediately goes into Dwarvish. Hey there, brother. How you doing?
Oh, good. Is that big guy right back there gonna fight tonight?
Yeah, another lamb to the slaughter.
All right, I want to. What odds are you giving on him?
2-1.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Anybody else taking
Just
bets?
because you're big don't mean... Come on now, 1,000 teeth bigger than him.
Yeah.
A lot bigger.
Anybody else in town taking bets on this night?
Oh, you just signed up so far. Now that people know, we got a few static bidders and everything. There's usually a good 400 pot.
All right. Any chance a bigger bet would get us better odds?
Type of odds you looking for?
3-1 for a 600 gold piece bet.
Roll me persuasion.
Damn.
I'll go 2.5. That's my final deal.
So it's 2-1 and 500 to limit.
Oh, 2.5 to 1.
Oh, sorry, 2.5 on a $500 bet. 500 gold
Sure.
bet. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you said 6, didn't
Oh,
you?
sorry, I thought you were limiting.
No.
I thought you said a
You can
cap.
bet any amount you want. I'm just giving you 2.5%.
Fine.
Or 2.5
Ah.
times.
Yeah, okay, we'll take it.
Yeah. You. All right, thanks.
On that big guy, whatever his name was.
Sure. Hey, the little guy's with him too, so you should feel right as rain.
It's
Maybe you
both of
wanna put
them?
A little more down. It's both
All right.
of them.
Oh,
Can my bet be structured that if it's 2.5 on the big guy, but 2.5 for the gator to take down the little guy?
so if only the big guy
You want to
survives.
split your bet?
No, never mind.
You
Never
wanna-
mind. That's rude.
You guys realize Sinclair survived Silas. Like,
Barely.
I am putting all this out there in a hope of blurring the
He's just trying to confuse the odds.
I'm confusing the odds, yes.
all right. Yeah. If you want to put a little bit more down, I might be able to sweeten that pot a little bit, considering you got a second fighter in there with the big guy too.
Nah, that's good. That's all. It's plenty.
What if we throw another 4 in?
So 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
1,000 gold. I'll give you 3-1 odds every day.
1,000 it is.
But I'm gonna limit y'all. All right.
What?
If the gator takes just one of them down, you're down to 2 times.
I'll take it.
Shake your hand.
I'll give him 400 gold.
Fortune gives him the other 6. So nobody's spending their own money. It's just Braska and Argan making money.
No,
Okay.
mine's out of the party
It's
loot.
party
So it'll,
money.
the 400's
Oh,
party
okay.
loot, so I'll put it all back in the party.
Fordrum has 3 gold pieces and 5 silver.
Yeah, basically we don't distribute
But
our
you could
party wealth.
triple it.
Yeah, we don't distribute it. We just keep it as a bulk fund for whatever we want to do with later.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Here's your ticket of odds, and he hands you a small little rip it ticket.
Okay.
And you two got to meet me in the VIP lounge of the fight. We're gonna have a nice little boat just sitting there drifting, and we'll be able to see the whole fight from the backside.
That sounds fantastic.
You'll be good.
As soon as the word fantastic comes out, Fordrum just looks up at Argan like, that was not at all the words I was thinking.
Hey, Forgem, in this party, you have the most experience on boats.
I've
Hey,
never
just
been on a
remember-
boat. I have been on a boat.
The first 2 rows are a splash zone.
Yep. Alrighty. Then the two of you leave his estate, wandering through everything.
Once the door closes, I look at Argon and I'm like, if we got to hang out with him, we should have got 4-1.
He thought it was a reward, so.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Wandering through everything, you start getting the general peaceful atmosphere they have here in Shamal. The very small town, homely vibes, despite the fact that it is a tourist trap. And for the first time in a while, the two of you get to like laugh and just chuckle about life. Crazy, stupid things happening. Not really that much mattering in the grand scheme of things.
What's the ale in this town taste like?
They don't have a tremendous amount of
Hops.
domestic
Right.
ale,
Oh,
but they have a shit ton of imports from everywhere
yeah.
in the world.
I was gonna try domestic.
They do have domestic moonshine.
Oh. Well, I'll try that for sure.
All right, 1 jug will run you 1 gold.
Done.
Here you go. You're a dwarven fella, so try not to take more than 2 large swigs a day, all right?
Well, how big is
You might go blind.
this jug?
About a 3-gallon jug.
Holy shit.
What? So is the fact that he's dwarven increasing the amount he's allowed to drink? I'm asking the shopkeeper.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So for like a human, it'd be like 1 big one a day.
just 1 sip.
Or like a sip.
Maybe 2
2
shots.
small
a
ones
day.
a day.
Yeah, someone like you could take a big swig. Probably you're a big
Yeah.
fella. But like, nah, dwarves, they're thick.
Yeah,
folk.
oh yeah,
But I
I
have,
get that.
I've known some people go blind from
Okay,
this.
yeah. I-
So
Take a shot of it. Once I feel it burn its way down, I look up at Argon and I'm like, you can't drink this.
Mother would not approve.
I've learned my lesson a few times we visited Uthadern. So
No,
Yeah.
this is worse.
well, good. You keep that in your flask now.
It does have a very nice raspberry like aftertaste to it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that was just straight burn. Flammable.
Yeah. If this thing goes bad, we'd throw the jug in there and just shoot it with fireballs. Blow him right out of the water like we did that.
Say it'll be the Everfrost all over again.
It worked.
It did.
So you keep wandering through town. On the way back, Braska, Sinclair, there would be a couple of different vendors with fresh fruit if you are interested in picking up any of that along the way. Just remove 1 silver piece each. And I'll give you like a handful of like blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, whatever you want.
All right.
Get back over to her tinier little hut, and she goes outside with this large cauldron, sets up a flame and fire, and starts situating it to be able to start boiling a whole bunch of water and adding vegetables into it before right on top setting up this very nice iron rack that sits up there, and she starts taking the chunks of alligator meat you have as it's heating up the rack from all of the boil from the water underneath, and just throws the meat on top of it. She pulls out from inside of her hut this large glob of something that she just smears across the gator steaks. Looks very liquidy, but almost solid. It's weird. Yellowish as well. As you're watching her prepare all of this, Argon, you have not seen butter in a long time as you're walking up. She's buttering the gator meat.
It has been a long time since I've tried butter. Do you have
Well, you're
dairy?
I churn it myself. Yeah. Not that long ago, there was a
a nice man who came all the way out here from the Turst Fields. He was plagued by some bad dreams and such, so he came to me, and well, I managed to help him out, and as a reward, he sent me what do they call him? A plains cow?
Yes, a plains cow. Well, that would have been interesting to ship here.
Oh, it was a huge creature. Very large, but we got it at one of the farms. I got a farmer taking care of it and gives me a couple of gallons of milk a day. Even trade on it.
Well, that certainly works out well. I look forward to the gator.
Oh, it should be perfectly fine. Fordrum, you have to play an awkward game because the fire is boiling the water that's broiling the gator, and it's like only maybe 15 feet in front of her hut, so like you have to like walk sideways.
I just turn and walk away from from the hut altogether.
Yeah. The good news is, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name other than Marble's mama.
That's who I am. I'm Marvel's
Okay. Fortune and I placed a rather large bet at pretty good odds, so your neighbor should take a pretty good hit from this, in addition to losing his crocodile or alligator.
Oh, that just tickles my belly.
Mama, do you happen to know like the ecology of gators in this part?
I'm sorry, what was that word you just used?
Ecology,
They don't buy things.
That's economy,
Oh,
but you're
pardon.
close.
like what their like how tough their hides are, like are they susceptible to certain things like that. I don't know much
the
about
gators?
nature.
Oh, shoot. So, most of the gators out here, they grow pretty fast, but we think that's just because of all the fine minerals that come in from the Agrad mountains that go down into the streams and end up in the swampy areas as well. But if they live a little bit too long, they start getting incredibly thick hide. I mean, 1,000 Teeth, I've seen people shoot him with bolts that just splinter and break. He's pretty tough. I'd estimate probably higher quality than most leathers you'd get your hands on if you're looking to do something with like leather crafting or something like that. The gators that y'all killed, my son mentioned it a little bit, and they were smaller than 1,000 Teeth by a good margin. Not to mention they also sound like they're pretty like young, maybe only like 5-6 years old, which is a full-grown gator, but the longer it lives, especially in those swampy waters, the thicker its hide gets and the meaner it gets.
Okay. Has any contestant ever tried using like ice against it?
No?
I'm assuming magic isn't banned, correct?
Oh, did I not mention that?
No,
No spellcrafting able to be used on the creature directly.
not on the creature directly.
Right.
But if
yeah.
it's on myself, then that's okay. Enhancement.
Oh,
magic.
yeah. You can do whatever you want to yourself. You're just not allowed to influence the creature.
Oh, okay. That makes it a whole lot easier for me.
Wait, does that include
Yeah.
like hitting it with magic fire or something like that, just to hurt it? Or
You can't throw a bolt of fire at it,
Yeah, no, you can't do
but
that.
you can
Oh.
blazon your weapon to deal fire damage, and that would be okay.
Mhm.
I mean, like this, and I pull out the flame tongue.
Yes. I
Fire
swear.
sword! Till it gets
I
too
swear,
close
we
to
could
the
know
put
what
fortune,
I
that
it
can
to
blows
the
do.
end
out.
of your stick. We could hook that to the end of your stick. God.
Just tape it. I just see Broska flinging that around. It just gets a little too close to Forger, but it just poof. Oh.
Aw.
I thought magical flames don't go out.
We don't know yet. We haven't tested that.
I was thinking of using maybe Armor of Agathis to bolster my vitality.
Broska, are you wounded?
Nothing a little rest won't fix.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, with us attending the thing near him, I can't give Sinclair haste, but I can give one to you, Broska. I can give you another pebble
Oh,
to
cool.
break. I can also give you both a spell that will make you a little more on the top of your game to start the fight. Basically, it's a bonus to initiative.
Oh, cool.
And I can also give you both one chance at advantage.
And I can protect you from evil things, so that'll help.
Sinclair, do you wear armor?
Yes.
Okay, then never mind.
Now that you see my actual garb, it's a it's samurai armor.
Okay.
It's basically like a breastplate type armor.
Broska, do you wear armor?
Like for show, but like not really.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a berserker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Bless wouldn't be a better option if you have that. Boardroom.
Well, of course I'll offer you a blessing. No problem.
So most of those the two of them, I can do most of those an hour ahead of time. So we can do it right before we head to the fight.
How long does Bless last?
I think only a minute.
Just
Yeah.
a minute.
Ah.
If you guys take more than a minute to do this, I'm going to be harassing you.
Well, no, it's more of the prep work.
Yeah, because remember, we're going to be with him, which means we're not going to... Well, you can cast Bless at a distance, though. But,
Like 30 feet, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey.
that might be considered tampering at that point.
Well, that's a good question. Well, yeah, I'm assuming we can't cast on him once it's started.
Well, yeah, no, you can't do anything to them until it looks like they are about to
Right.
die.
I don't know what protection its effect is.
You guys got... Oh, you know what?
10 minutes.
I'll be back. I'm going to go take the rings of water walking off of the cart.
That's a good
Oh,
call.
yeah, that might definitely help.
I'm going to get those back to them here in case.
I toss Broska the other alchemist ring and say, "You're gonna put this on just in case."
Okie dokie.
I will need to take a short rest before, because I will need... I need to get my arcane abiescence back.
Oh, here, you want to sleep well? Then take a shot of this.
I thought you told me I wasn't allowed to drink that.
No, you're not allowed to drink it in public, but if you're going
Oh, okay.
to bed, it'll hurt, but it'll be fine. But just this thimble full.
Just a thimble. All right, I'll take a shot of it.
Con save.
Yeah, I'm not terrible at
Yeah,
that.
I'm in.
Oh, never mind. I am terrible at that.
Broska, con save.
Fuck it.
You take.
I'm gonna try it.
Do you give him a small shot or do you give him like a full shot? Broska's a.
Broska gets a full shot. Argon does not get a
Alright.
full shot.
What kind of shot do I
Argan,
get?
that thimble worth, you're just everything burns. Why does it hurt so bad? Did he just cast a spell? Like, that feels like a fireball in your fucking throat. Like,
Raspberries.
but you know what? You haven't breathed through your nose like this in a long time. Like, it's clear.
Take a shot.
Sinclair, you take your shot. Yeah, you feel pretty all right. I mean, like, you're like goofy all right with that after like 10 minutes. Argan, you have your little thimble, and by the time the food is brought out to you, it's nap time.
Okay. I'll eat a real quick bite and then fall asleep.
Oh, and it is beautiful. The steak of the gator just like falls apart. It's slightly gummy, but mostly just cooked very well all the way through. And that butter and the Cajun seasoning. It might be because you're drunk, but it tastes phenomenal.
You're an excellent cook, Mama.
Yes, of course I am. You have sweet dreams. And she hands you a quilted pillow.
Oh, nice.
You're falling asleep outside of it.
Okay.
Just
Just
in your
my
chair.
Just...
Yeah, she serves all of you the gator meat. It's a wonderful food for the three of you that have never had it before. And this butter thing, Forgem, your family needs to find a way to get that. That is a phenomenal invention.
Yeah.
Then, couple of hours of eating and short resting complete. Argan, you wake up from your nap. You didn't get tipsy enough that you're hungover, but that definitely did knock you on your ass pretty quickly.
All right, I will take it.
There's about another 200 thimbles worth of shots in that jug.
God.
Jesus. Is that full yet?
Oh, God. I'd have to roll all my hit dice, I think, to get that many back.
Hey, Broska, is your weapon that thing? And I point at the big whatever glaive that you normally use. Is it magical?
No, not really.
All right. Well, before you go in, I'll make it magical for you.
Oh, I was actually going to use the sword I got from your bag last time, but you know.
Oh, you could do that too. Well, just let me do it to both. I mean, I'll do it to the glaive, so in case for any reason you switch to it. If this thing's as big as it is, sometimes something that's that long is
Good
actually
idea.
easy.
Yeah.
So,
I'll hand it right over.
well, okay. It only I'm gonna do it like the hour, before you go in.
No, okay.
Ray's sickness would be out, but Obscura would be in. Because Obscura is when it attacks me, my armor ejects toxins.
Sounds evil.
I'm just planning what I can and can't do so I don't break the rules.
It's a good call.
Like I can mark it because it does nothing to the creature. It just allows my blade to be more keen versus it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like a challenge.
If you guys get in big trouble, I'm gonna just banish it.
Ooh, you have banished now, huh?
I don't know.
After the stuff we've encountered out in Islecross, I think banishment's a good idea.
I don't really know if any of my magic works. I haven't really tried, so.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, like, if you enchant his weapon with making it a magical weapon, That'd be fine. And then what Argon can give us will work out pretty well.
Hey,
I got a
Sinclair,
few tricks that I can use.
hand me your sword. I'll work on it while you guys sit over there and eat.
Yeah, if you don't mind sharpening it for me.
That's what I do. So since I can't really go close to fire, sharpening's on a stone, and I can do that. Just shink over here.
What time did the fight start, Mama?
He said dusk.
Dusk.
Oh, at dusk. All right.
Yep.
And is it, how far is the trip there? Is it just a couple of
Oh,
minutes?
it'll take us a 5-minute walk to get all the way out there. Yeah, we want to get y'all situated a little bit early though. So come on, let's get a foot on.
What time are we at right now?
With time zones and everything, you're about an hour from dusk.
All right, well,
At about a half hour from dusk, I've got a couple of spells to cast.
Sounds good.
Yep. I got one and two.
Broska, if he swallows me, I'm gonna make him choke on me. So if you can
Same.
get me out of his mouth and
Same.
around, that'd be awesome. Just saying. I don't know how big his gullet's gonna be, but I'm pretty sure a massive giant rock of ice is not gonna do well inside of it. He might choke to death. If it wasn't for the fact he could probably hold his breath.
Alrighty. So, you all walk across the beach, and you see now that the word of the big match is actually spread across this area. Some people are pointing at Braska and pointing at Sinclair, laughing, whispering to themselves. Some senile old man comes over to the two of you. Now listen here, boy. When you're dealing with a gator, you got to grab the snoot. All right, if you're gonna grab the snoot and you're gonna squeeze it shut. You don't let it open its mouth, because its mouth, you got 1,000 teeth. The mouth gonna kill you. You know, so you got to squeeze the mouth shut. All right, and just sit on his head. You got this. All right.
I thought I'd just go inside his mouth and make him choke on me.
No. Don't ever go near his mouth. The mouth is the most dangerous piece of it. And keep in mind, I put 5 gold down on you. Better make my money.
Hey, question.
Which one is he pointing at, me or Broska?
Neither.
Are gators cold-blooded creatures or warm?
Oh,
Cool.
Okay, so that probably negates that. Okay. That's still not that bad.
So let me know when it's a half hour before.
you all walk out to the beach, and there's a big line further past this area that people have been up back behind. And as you're walking over, you see that there's multiple large adamantium chains holding this gator down at the beach. And where the boat is in that little back area in the drift, you see that there is an iron net before the beach and separating the beach from the boat itself that has somebody out there just piloting it right now. You see this large, monstrous gator look around constantly, and it looks aggravated, aggressive, and big as hell. Sinclair, that thing is just... it's shorter than a mammoth, but just as big. Braska, you didn't know they made anything that big. You've never seen something that big before in your life. Maybe a tree. Maybe the right building.
Nah, tree.
So the safe word is pineapple.
Yeah, you all yell pineapple, we're in.
More and more people start filtering out, and some of them like walk over to Braska and Sinclair, and they all give you like general tips, like, hey, don't be afraid to just back out. If it looks too big for you, just leave. Yeah, go ahead and leave. Make me my money. And whole bunch of people are super aggressive. You see one rich Marquesian person looks over at the creature, looks at the two of you. $1,000 gold on the big oof. Points at Braska.
Hey, that's me.
Wow.
Then another rich person comes over. 400 gold on the gator. You can tell the vast majority of the bettors are on the gator. There's the senile old man, that eccentric, apparently rich person, and then you guys voting for all of you to win. About half hour until dusk is coming. You see the sun is setting and it's just touching the edge of the horizon. If you all wish to cast your spells now.
Do you need me to roll them in chat or?
You already said what they do. I know the spells.
1d8 to initiative and 1 advantage basically, and then I will give you, Braska. I will give you another stone for haste. So just pop it right before it starts.
All right.
And Braska, when I hand you back your glaive, it's a little lighter than usual. It's +2.
Ooh, fancy.
And Sinclair, your sword is crazy sharp, and when I don't even let you touch it, I just slide it into your sheath, and you can feel the cold coming off of it on your hip. It's going to be +1 to attack, and it'll do a d4 of cold damage, which against cold creatures should slow it down.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, as you're getting there, the halfling escorts the two of you over to the side where he has this orc bouncer for the boat. Just bring the two of you on, and the orc begins trying to light a tiki torch on the edge of the boat.
It won't light or what?
Well, there's a spark and then nothing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Boss, we got a bit of a problem here. Okay, it's not. I think the rocks are not working right.
Yeah, I'll take care of that, and I'll tap my staff on the tiki torch, and I'll just do light.
Shoot. I need to get me one of you too.
You couldn't afford me.
All right, now everybody, got ourselves a big event here today. 2 more lambs to the slaughter against the legendary 1,000 Teeth. You hear the crowd begins erupting and hooing and eyeing and cheering, and that senile old man makes awkward eye contact with you, Broska, and just
I just eye contact back and just yeah, I'm gonna show you.
And of course, they've already written their wills and last testaments.
Hope your gator has
All
as
right.
well.
All right, everybody. Bets are in, bets are closed. We're about to have ourselves a big little fight. Go ahead and pull them chains. You see that somebody out in the forest lines begins cranking, and these chains begin loosening around the creature slowly, and it starts to stand and lift up onto its hind legs. And you all see this creature is now, while on all fours, about 6 feet tall off the ground for a gator.
Glad I'm on the boat. Oh, God.
Go ahead and roll your initiative, guys.
And then I add a D8 to that?
Yeah.
Yup.
Do you want initiative from us on the boat as well?
Sure. Why not? If you plan on doing anything.
Well, it might come to that, but most of the time it'll just be a pass.
All right, so you rolled a 5, Sinclair.
Yep, plus
Then your
4,
D8.
So
Put you at 9.
It's a good thing we're sitting on the sidelines.
I said you wanted banjo music.
This is
The combat
banjo
music. Alrighty. Braska, as you are standing there, you hear the old man pulls out a banjo and starts flicking his fingers against it chaotically, just playing music, and the crowd begins just shouting and having a good time for all of
Going
this.
with the,
Well, sounds like the fight started.
I vibe to the music and rage as I rush in to go and stomp this motherfucker down.
All right, you rage and go in to stomp. Do it.
so close.
29 hits, 25 hits. As you run over to this massive creature, you grab the flame tongue and gash twice against it. How much damage is that in total?
So 24 on the
21,
first hit and then
24.
15 on the second.
Get a calculator.
So 39.
Come on. Come on.
All right, I'm right.
39?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Fordham yells out, "Fire doesn't work as well against cold-blooded creatures. It'll make them loose."
Seems to be working fine here.
Okay.
As it slashes against the creature twice, you see the anger flares up in its eyes, and the body does seem to be moving a bit more quickly now.
Well,
Are you all done?
That's all I got for this turn, yeah.
Alrighty. The creature is going to roar aggressively in your face and will open up its jaws and slam them down on top of where you stand.
16 misses.
16. As the bite goes slamming where you are, you merrily jump out of the way as it's eyeing you from the side and goes to slam its maul into you a second time.
22 will hit.
That'll be 30 points of piercing damage as the teeth begin grinding and slicing against you before it swings around aggressively and slams its tail into you.
17 will also miss.
Alrighty, you managed to take the brunt of the tail, get pushed back on the beach a little bit, but holy shit, this thing kind of hits like a truck. Argan, are you doing anything?
I just want. Is the guy sitting in the boat with us?
Yep.
I'm watching him, not the fight. I just want to make sure that he
Alrighty.
doesn't interfere at some point.
Roll me a perception
Okay.
check.
All right.
18, you're watching him pretty damn closely. We'll maintain that. At the end of your turn, Thousand Teeth is going to use his legendary action to bite at you, Braska.
That was the end of his turn, though. 18
Was
also
it-
misses.
That was the end of my turn.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
he has a
yeah,
legendary
okay,
action.
Yeah, I forgot. Arden's turn.
Yeah, he's a legendary gator.
18 misses.
18 misses?
I have 19 armor
Woo!
class.
You managed to dodge out of the way again. Sinclair, your go.
Okay. As I start walking forward towards the gator, I pull my mask off and scream at it using unsettling presence as I'm challenging this gator to combat me.
All right, what saving throw is this? Wisdom?
No. So unsettling presence, it just has
Roll the ability, please. As an action, you can unsettle a creature. You target has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes within the next minute. Okay, and that was your action.
and my bonus action is to challenge him, which is my mark.
Alrighty, he is now challenged.
Come get me, gator.
Alrighty. Boardroom, your go.
nope. I'm just going to enjoy the show. Bark out some
Alrighty.
directions. Get out of its mouth!
Roscoe, your turn.
You said you gave me the mode of haste too, right?
Yes.
Using it,
Action. You are now hasted.
I'm going to use
Hasted
my
action?
bonus action to where is it? Hidden step. And I'm going to get around to the other side of it, and I'm just going to use my one attack at advantage.
Nice.
15. You step behind the creature and swing your sword as it collides with the thick, scaly exterior of Thousand Teeth. It does not pierce the
Just
flesh.
a quick question. Broska,
Just
are you
barely
adding
missed.
the +2?
What, plus
No,
two?
that was the glaive.
Oh, yep, got it. Right.
Yeah, he's flame tonguing
Yep,
right
yep,
now.
yep.
Flame tugging
All
right
done.
now.
But at least you're invisible until the start of your next turn.
So, at the end of your turn, he will use his. Yeah, that's true. He will use his last legendary action to lunge at Sinclair, moving half of his movement speed without provoking attacks of op.
That's fine.
Eat me.
His turn. The mouth unhinges. 23 to hit.
That will hit. It'll take 20 cold damage. First and foremost, because armor of
25.
Agathis. No, 20. Fourth level spell
Your
slot.
armor of Agath. 5, 10. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's 20. He's right.
Yeah, I lost fifth level
He's
spells.
not full.
Oh, I
Yep.
didn't realize.
Yep, he downgraded. So what is that? That's 20 points, so 10 points. As he is resistant to cold damage.
Okay.
And that'll be another 10 points that carry over to you, Sinclair.
He's resistant to cold? Fuck.
Hey, you got that backwards,
Yeah.
Fordrum.
Not supposed to. Oh!
Do you still have your tomb?
Yep. And that's what's going to happen now.
58 points of piercing damage. As the first chomp shatters against your armor, you see the second one. The maul is going, and you see a razor-set amount of teeth coming towards your neck, and you call up your Tomb of Levistus to just negate all of it, as the creature looks very confused and will then slam its hulking tail into Braska from behind. At disadvantage, so 14 misses. Wait. Until you attack, not disadvantage.
And 21 does just hit. With my new haste armor
All right.
class.
30 points of bludgeoning damage, and give me a strength saving throw.
At advantage, because I am barbarian.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go nowhere. The tail slams into you. You just dig your feet into the sand. Argon, you see, he's getting a little nervous, and he looks down at a coin and starts, like, twiddling it in his fingers.
Do I have any idea what it is?
Roll me an Arcana check. There is arcane markings on it. And the markings are chronology.
Ah!
The crit did 60 damage, right?
No, 58.
He's just like flipping it in his hands, like twiddling it. All right. I'm gonna as it starts to go through a flip, it like kind of goes over his finger. I'm gonna accidentally like bump him with my shoulder in like an excited cheer, and see if I can get him to drop it.
Sleight of hand check.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
15.
Not bad.
No. He's a halfling, which probably doesn't help, but
Well, he has to roll an opposed sleight of hand to keep it in his hand. He has a +4 to this. Just barely. Wait.
Chronal shift.
Yep.
I'll use my reaction. Force him to re-roll it.
There you
All
go.
right.
It falls out of his hand and lands inside of the ship where it just starts like sliding around in the bottom. He goes, shit, shit. And he starts trying to like grab it down there, but you definitely knocked out whatever idea he had. Sinclair, before the start of your turn, he is going to use his legendary action and bite at Braska.
No.
14 misses. Yep. All right, your turn. Tomens.
Okay.
That's the end of your turn, right?
Yep.
Ordrum.
Well, just being polite, since I see the coin that has fallen in the ship, I would go, oh, here, I got it, and pick it up for him.
Oops.
You just pick it up and hand it to him?
No, I pick it up for him, and I hold it up, and I'm gonna actually look at it before I give it back.
Roll me a history check.
Not a clue.
Wow, that's a fancy coin.
That's a fancy coin.
Roscoe, your turn.
Okay. So 1,
Hit.
2.
We have advantage because we're flanking.
Oh, we are.
Sinclair, do you have reach of 10 feet?
Oh, then no.
So no advantage.
Come on, Braska, break out the reckless. Let's go barbarian on it.
But then he hits me harder.
What kind of barbarian are you?
What is gonna live?
I think I traumatized him. Alrighty, you unleash. Oh wait, that last attack did not work against him.
Yeah,
but
so
two.
45 points.
He's looking pretty hurt after your assault of attacks. All done?
Sinclair, are you gonna do anything to this guy?
He didn't eat me.
The creature seems to be getting incredibly frustrated now, and it is going to recklessly attack you.
Sinclair's a tank, not a damage dealer.
Am I taking a tail
Fight,
attack?
Rosca.
That'll
Maybe
hit.
23? 30 piercing. Fight. 25?
That'll hit.
30 piercing. Tail at you, Sinclair.
Reaction. Obscura. He gets the poison condition.
Well, he has to make a
Yes,
con
at
save.
disadvantage.
Ooh, true. 7.
Get poisoned.
As the tail goes flying out towards you, you have this poof of smoke that the creature kind of like breathes in. Starts coughing hysterically.
I still take the 30 damage, or however much for the tail.
30 damage, and give me a strength save.
I'm going to use my advantage from Argon.
Uh-huh.
Roll at advantage.
Forger, did you know Sinclair was a poisonous lizard?
I refrain from answering.
19?
19 is a success. You managed to dig your talons into the grassy drift of sand, and whoo, you were not knocked down. Good shit.
So he's poisoned right now.
He is, yep. Argon, your
I'm
go.
not doing anything.
All right, at the end of your turn, light attack against you, Braska. Disadvantage. Oh wait, it was rampaging, so straight attack. Yeah, failed.
It has disadvantage
But yeah.
because it has poison condition.
But it's rampaging, so it has advantage, which nullifies down to a straight
Yeah.
roll.
Either way,
It missed.
doesn't matter.
Sinclair!
Okay, so it's poison, it's marked, I'm going to use my game inspiration to give myself advantage on my first strike. As I close, actually, I don't need to because I will be flanking, right?
You got to.
If you take a step forward, you'll be flanking. Yeah.
All right, so I'll hold on to that advantage when I need it. So at advantage.
Why are you swinging at its ass?
You'll do more damage in the head. It's kind of fun just directing him from the sideline safely.
Heckling.
I kind of enjoy this fight.
Ooh, 26 will hit. So that is
a 19 hit?
27. 1 second, let me math. 19 hits.
When the 19 hits, I will do something new that no one's seen me do before. I will channel my eldritch energy into my blade and smite his ass.
How do you want to do this?
I just lop off his fucking tail.
So, as the creature is trying to sink its teeth into Braska, Sinclair pulls out his blade, swings it down, and you see this drift of purplish energy fall off of it as you gash through the tail of the creature, and you all watch as the blood and guts go spraying against Sinclair, coating the entire back area and dousing him in the disgusting drift. Just as all of this is happening, Rick gets the coin, looks over, and
I bagged a gator.
Looks very, very annoyed. Oh, wrong one.
I just walk over bloody and like covered in blood and guts and just high five Braska.
I pinch. So
Yeah!
he tugged
Yeah!
the coin out of my hand.
He'll hold the coin. Shoot.
Huh.
Well, there's
The old
one
man
gold, only
comes-
2,999 more.
You ain't taking that coin. It's mine. Yeah, I need to go get the other coin. Take us back into shore.
I'll go with you.
Yeah. Orc brings you all wading back onto the beach, and he'll point at the orc. Clean up the 1,000 teeth. We're gonna have to do something about all that mess on the beach. And it's our gator. Nobody else can touch it. You can call up a mage. We need to augment that thing.
I'm just walking away towards Mama.
The old
Marbles with the tail.
The old man comes running up to Braska. Oh yeah, I told you you're gonna you just hold it by the mouth. See, you listened to me, didn't you? You listened, didn't you? Sleight of hand, Braska. There's definitely a tooth like in you that you might be able to like slyly take out, but the tooth is like
I
that
want to use my
fucking
game
big.
advantage on this.
Like- Yep, go for it. $17. You take one of the teeth in your stomach and just and put it in your pocket. Congratulations, Braska. Your first legendary kill.
Yeah.
Shame you didn't kill it.
Oh.
I got the first kill in the continent, so fuck you.
Orgrim, as you're heading back with him, he is going over towards his nice clay home, and he begins rummaging around, and a few different hidden chests he has that you notice, and he starts trying to collect as much coin as possible, and yep, he pays you out 3-1.
Wonderful. Nice doing business with you. Thank you.
So you went 600. That
No.
means you removed the original 600. No, Argans is getting paid separately
Yeah.
from your.
Right. It's a grand total of $3,000 that he deals out. 1,800 goes back to Braska, and 1,200 goes to
What? we should get 4,000 total because we get the original bet back.
Yep, right.
Yep.
So
I was just breaking
Right.
up the,
Oh, okay.
the final 3. Our 1,000 comes back plus the
right,
3 is
1,600. So
18 more there and 1,200 to you.
And then me and Braska get our winnings.
True. That's another 300 on top of that.
Yep.
well, you guys will have to come get that. Remember,
once
we
I
don't
clean myself
know
off.
you.
And by clean myself off, I mean deposit said tail where it can't be found. Because
The tail is 5 times bigger than you.
yeah, man.
You gonna try and haul that off?
First off, athletics check to pick it up. DC 22.
Oh, I can't do that.
There we go. Like it's. All right, Braska can pick up the tail. Now, sleight of hand, Braska.
Sleight of hand the tail.
Remember, you have Argan's thing for advantage if you need it.
You stir it. Braska, you pick up the tail quickly, and you see the orcs about to begin looking, and you just swing around and yeet it far into the forest.
Nothing to see here.
Your quadruple lifting carrying capacity is. Yeah.
I just keep an eye out for which direction it went in.
Yup.
All right, Braska, let's.
It couldn't have gone more than half a mile.
Yeah, we're gonna just go clean up in the swamp real quick.
Yeah, because
I'm covered in guts.
Don't you have?
Your guys' payouts.
Thank you.
That's very gentlemanly of you.
Boss is a dick anyways. Glad he finally lost his money.
Yeah, I did cotton on to that.
Here, have a souvenir. He like rips out some teeth and like hands you a pile of 6 teeth from 1,000
Thank
teeth.
you. I just
Very
hold my
nice
hands
of
out.
you.
Here, don't tell the boss. We're gonna be selling all the teeth.
Oh yeah, you won't hear from us.
And he starts like plucking each tooth and putting it into a large straw basket. So add to your character sheet between the two of you that you have 7 of the 1,000 teeth from 1,000 teeth.
I'll hold 3, you hold 4,
Yep.
and you're gonna help me find that tail.
Yeah, probably. That seems fair.
So, Fordrum, you wander on back as the crowds are getting restless and pissed off. Some people are super pissed off at your group. Others, like that one incredibly rich benefactor, seems ecstatic. And as the payments are being made, you watch as this very smooth walking high elf approaches over towards Braska, Sinclair, and Argan. As the two of you have not been able to move away quite yet, they look at you covered in muck and gook and just starts moving their fingers, prestidigitating across you.
Oh, I've got it. And I pull out my cleansing stone and just hit myself with it.
Ding! And all of the goo just squishes off of you.
I have questions.
And then I tap Braska.
I have one less question.
I appreciate the gesture, though, ma'am.
Sir. They do give off an incredibly androgynous vibe.
It's an elf.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
You all seem to be capable individuals. That is a rare thing to come across in these parts, especially individuals who are, well, background checked as being affiliated with any guilds or companies. If you are interested in, well, earning an amount that would make this payout look measly, I am interested in employing you.
I come walking up and hand this giant sack of cash to Argan at that point. We did well.
And a larger sack to
Hell yeah.
Braska.
Yeah. Just
Well, we could definitely stop by your accommodations once we gathered something we tossed.
well, we will be flying out of here in the morning. If you are interested in the job opportunity,
Flying which
uh,
way?
southwards.
Oh, I think that coincides.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the shrine of Ankara.
Shrine.
Well, there's a
You
temple
mean
out there.
there are many temples out there? Yes.
I
Well, if all of you are heading there, then perhaps passage on my ship would suffice as partial payment as well.
that would be most appreciated.
Yeah. I mean, it'll depend on the job exactly how partial, but you know.
And we're always up to hunt something for people if they
Oh,
need
hell
it
yeah.
done. Explore ruins if they need it done.
Just look at 1,000 knocked out teeth over here.
Am I familiar? Is Argon familiar with airships?
I'm thinking it's a sand ship.
You are familiar with them, and you also know there's maybe about 20 of them in the entire world.
So you own an airship that you're taking us to? Because you mentioned flying and ship, so I'm gonna make an educated guess here.
Yes, that is correct.
It's a rare treat to get to take a ride on.
Far safer than venturing through those inhospitable sands as well.
I imagine.
Good.
Where would you like us to
Yep.
meet you in the morning?
I will be sitting above the docks. Be hard to miss the ship in the air.
Well, then we will meet you in the morning. Yeah.
In the air.
I'm sorry, I did not catch your name, sir.
Watir Valessa Kinsley. Kinsai.
You're gonna have to write that one out. There's no way I remember that.
I
Oh,
did.
okay.
It's on there.
Sorry, my cat's blocking it. So
I am of the Quartier Court from Singon.
haven't we heard the name Sigorn before?
Yeah.
That was the guy who owed Hedge, wasn't it?
Nope.
Well, that was the house.
Singorn was the city.
Right, the city. Sorry, yeah, I meant the city, not the actual guy.
Then I will see you on the vessel. Enjoy your festivities and yes. They pivot on their heels and begin wandering gracefully away. At this point, you notice there's two other elven individuals about 20 feet back who are clad in light armor with scimitars and spears that follow behind the individual as well.
It's always nice to meet nobles that pay well. I think we may have made him some money.
Yeah. Vanessa seemed nice.
Yeah, and he's going to give us a ride. I don't see why we can't go hunt something for him. But for right now, I think we need to go hunt down my tail.
Did you lose your tail?
Yes.
Oh no, he means the he means the one I threw.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I missed part of the fight while he was trying to cheat.
So, I would like a survival check from all of you to try to find that tail.
Going to use my game inspiration. I'm going to find my tail if it's the last thing.
So, Braska, everyone else is like, they're wandering out a good 300 feet, scanning around the area, looking for it.
I just
Yeah, that tail only weighed about 6 stones, honestly. And you can huck stones well over 400 feet, so you weighed way further out than everybody anticipated, and you come carrying back the stone as everyone else is kind of baffled, like, where the fuck is it? Or not the stone, the tail over your shoulder, just walking
Hey
back.
guys.
Yeah, there it is. Damn, you can throw far.
Yeah.
Hey, Fortune, what do you think?
Roll me an athletics check. Let's see how far it actually went.
What do you think you can make out of this?
Actually, I was technically still raging when I threw that.
True. Go for it. A good 400 feet.
So I step it off to get a measurement just to see how long the piece is that we have. I mean, it's hide. We can tan it. We can.
It is an incredibly thick, sturdy hide. Using this to craft something magical, absolutely capable of doing that. Quality crafts for things like, leather armors in particular would be phenomenal. Boots, your mother would gush over the boots she could make using something like this. And you have enough of it to make like either 3 suits of leather armor
Jeez.
or 6 pairs of boots.
So that's what I'll tell Sinclair. Probably 3 suits of armor, 6 boots, 6 pairs of boots. But it's
While you're all role playing, I'm going to fill up.
probably good for imbuing with some magic too, if we want to.
Yeah. We could possibly do something with the tailbone. I work with bone, and you do as well sometimes.
Can you do any crafting with the meat?
Oh yeah, we can have it for dinner.
I mean, aside from that.
Well, yeah, not particularly.
All right, dinner it is.
Honestly, I say we take it back to Mama Marbles and let her cook it.
Yeah, let's put this in the bag. And I staunch off the end and wrap it up in cloth and basically cut off the circulation so it stops bleeding out.
Well, but yeah, bleeding out's fine though. We've got to drain it
Not
in.
if we put it in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, not in there. Here,
Right.
let me just hold it upside down for a while.
I was gonna say, let's hang it for the night somewhere. Where do you think we're gonna deal with this?
I'm back.
Well, I figured we could offer the meat to Mama.
Right, but then the rest of it, like, you
Yeah,
can't really
it comes
carve this
up.
up
Her-
and down.
Her son Marbles can cut it, fillet it for us, and then we can roll up the leather and deal with it later.
Right, I get that. I'm just saying that I don't think we can do this in town because then this little guy who
Oh no.
we've stolen part of
Well,
his.
that's why I'm saying we put it in the bag of holding until we bring it to Mama.
Right. I don't know that her tent will hold it, but that's fine. We'll see what she says. Maybe she has a plan.
So, to clarify, there's no way in hell this will fit into your bag of holding.
Oh, it
As
won't.
is.
No, it is bigger than Braska.
I didn't
You
realize.
see how big this
I didn't
creature
realize
is?
it was bigger than Braska.
You are a 5-foot square. You are a single 5-foot square. How many of you could fit inside of it?
Arguably 4.
16.
Give or take. Yeah, no. The tail is like half the creature.
All right, then we take some winter wolf pelt, wrap it up.
That's more reasonable. Yeah, this is not something you're gonna bag in the store for later. It's that's a hefty piece
Yeah,
of
once
meat.
we get the meat and the bone out, then we
then you can, once you have it tanned properly, you can also fold it over and
So,
treat it. And shit.
Why don't I just stay out here in the woods with it? You guys go back in. If you'd like to send marbles over, we can tend to it out here on the beach.
Yeah.
When it's sunny tomorrow, it'll tan.
Well, we're supposed to meet the merchant in the morning.
Well, I'll do what I can to get it tanned tonight.
Who's going to go back and fetch marbles for him?
I'll go back because I'm not staying out here for leather harvesting. That is not Argon's bag.
Alright. That's fair. That's fair.
Ooh, bags. How many bags can we
Alrighty
make
then.
out of?
Are we talking about Fordrum man bags or
Bag of holding bag.
Well, that's a whole different.
This is a quality that could make a bag of holding. Like, this is high quality leathers that can make magical.
We would
items.
like to make a bag of a super sack of holding.
Yeah,
super sack of
basically-
holding.
Santa sack of holding.
cargo bag of holding, you know?
Broski.
So you want Santa's sack? is
Yeah.
what
A
I
duffel
said. You
bag
want
of
Santa's
holding.
sack.
Has a bigger opening than a normal bag of holding.
Argon, roll me an Arcana check. Let's see if you know anything like that. Alrighty. So, there's the bag of keeping, the quiver of Allura, the bag of holding itself are all relatively the same thing. There's also a... God, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a folded blanket that could open up into like a very specified amount of space.
The
inside
portable
of it.
hole.
Portable hole.
Portable hole,
Yeah.
yes.
And then there's Heward's handy haversack.
Yes.
Yeah, which I have basically one of those already.
Yeah.
Mine has also has a
So-
smuggling compartment, but it's the same thing as handy haversack.
Right.
Portable hole would be,
Mhm.
you know, you could definitely craft that if you had some downtime. 100%. That would take you like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Portable hole would be good only because then if we ever needed to, we could store the chair in it.
Mm.
That, or if we ever bag and tag something bigger than one of us.
Yeah.
It's
All
a lot
right,
easier
I'm going back to the house and I'm gonna tell Marbles where they're at and what they're doing.
Alrighty, sounds good. And Marbles will come running over towards you, and he'll look super excited.
I bet.
All right, man, we're gonna have a. Yeah, what were you saying, Sinclair?
I figured we'd give your mama this meat, this spite meat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get some good eatings out of it. Don't worry about that. All right, and he'll run over to you, Fordrum.
Yep.
All right, sir. So, what do you know about peat bog?
About what?
Peat bog tanning.
Nothing.
All right, there's these nice little bogs
Yeah.
out here that we have, and they're boily, they're hot. So after you treat any leathers that you have and you put it inside of the
Yep.
bog, it'll start hardening and stiffening it. Then you're just gonna, and he starts showing you like this like slick way of skinning through and chunking out the meat properly. Same exact system that you used previously, but now he's showing you ways to start treating the leather inside of the bogs, which usually takes about a month to do, but because fantasy it takes overnight. And you start pushing little tools into it to start thinning out the leather and make it slightly more malleable.
And just so I know, are we hoping that this hole that we're trying to make it supple, not hard, right?
Well, you're trying to make it firm itself out, but make it slightly malleable so you can do what you need with it
Okay.
later. You need to make sure it doesn't rot. You have to
Yeah,
treat
yeah.
it so that it doesn't rot.
Yep.
And once it's treated,
And he
we
starts-
can turn it into a magic item.
And peat bog is actually a real
Yep.
thing.
Yep. It's a Cajun thing.
I learned about that last time I was at a Gaelic. Celtic and Gaelic,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah, they
Celtic,
use
yeah.
a lot of it in Ireland.
Yeah. I learned about that at the Irish Week at the Ren Fair. It's fun.
Nice.
So yeah, he starts teaching you like different ways of crafting things using the natural environment around you instead of relying on the artificial nature of creations of fires and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. All these alternative methods to fire that just seem to have always persisted around a place
How
like
hot
this.
is this water?
You stick your hand in there and it's pretty damn warm. You know, like a nice boil to it type of warm. You notice he's not putting his hand in there. You would estimate if one of your allies fell in there, it would be very bad.
Got it.
But also, you're aware of the peat bog, places around here that you probably don't want to step
Right.
into.
I asked Marbles
through and-
what could be done with the tailbone, you think?
Bone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a ripe spear, or maybe even a bone whip.
Is it a bone or is it articulated?
It's a vertebrae. It's not
Sure.
all one piece. It's small pieces intertwined with tissue and things like that.
Right.
I know a lot
Sure.
about lizard tails.
I know nothing about lizard tails personally, so sure.
But yeah,
Yeah, we can make a whip out of that. Definitely. Grab some of the intestines to stick the bone with it. I mean, it's sturdy, so
Yeah.
we can definitely do that.
if you think you can make that overnight, that'd be cool.
I can make anything overnight when it comes to a dead carcass.
Yeah. I'm so out of practice that I just don't know how to do it anymore.
Good man.
I'll work
It's
with
been
them.
so long since I've been home. And I don't get to do any of the cutting and the crafting when we have our friend Fordrum here, who's a professional craftsman himself. He's on a crafting journey to learn the trade of other civilizations.
You know, that's quite a noble feat you got there going on. I mean, not many people come to places like this expecting to learn, different ways of life. Most of the time people show up here and go like, you could do this so much better, you could do that so much better, and all that other annoying shit.
Yeah, well,
And I get
this water is real different. I mean, it's strangely salty and it's really hot. So I don't think there's a better way that I can tell.
Maybe when we come back through this way, maybe that peat bog is hot enough to work that stone. That or the sand. Either one might be warm enough.
Well,
Ordrum, the sand would be closer. The bog, nowhere near hot enough to heat up a metal.
yeah, we'll see.
Heating up leather is easy.
Yeah. And we'll see when we actually find the sand. So I'm not going to make a judgment call until I see.
Yeah, I'm taking him over to see the sands where you can forge blades like this, and I pull out the katana blade.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So I figured I'd teach him, or have someone there at the shrine teach him how that process is done. And, if he picks up more tricks of the trade from our kind, maybe others will come and want to learn and not be, pompous and arrogant.
That is the hope, right?
Yeah,
Let everybody learn and learn from one another.
exactly. But
Got yourself a right head on your shoulders, folks. We appreciate all of you. You somewhat resemble the creator.
Who's he looking at when he says that? Like just in general, all of us? Oh, well, thank you. I strive.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, off to sleep.
I guess I'll take this.
We're gonna let this soak for a few more hours, and in the morning it should be perfectly right.
Okay.
Great.
I guess we can take the meat on to Mama.
Should I
Yep.
stay here with this? I don't mind.
I mean, nobody's gonna come out here and steal from
No?
us.
Okay. I just,
Only the locals know about this place, so
right.
we ain't really in the way of stealing from one another. We need one another.
Yep.
you need-
Okay. Good.
Don't be telling nobody about this place either. Like that fancy, schmancy elven boy you met.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about him as we walked back to your mom's house.
Yeah, I don't know. Just you notice how their nose was literally pointing towards the sky the whole time they were talking
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
I met people like that a lot.
I don't think they're snotty. I think they're just elvish.
I mean, I don't know enough about their culture, but the moment I see somebody's nose in the sky, Mom always told me when their nose is in the sky, that's because they smell like shit and they don't want to stink of it.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, but that's applying your own sense of judgment on someone else, just like you said you were glad we didn't do. So,
You know what? Fair. Maybe they're not pompous or an asshole.
but maybe they are. I'm not ruling it out.
But probably they are.
I mean, maybe. You know?
When they come from money, God only knows what their upbringing's like. I've met a really nice noble that would get out there and the thick of it and fight side by side with us. I've met nobles that, quite frankly,
But to
Can't
be fair, he had no
speak
money.
from their own ass.
Yeah.
There's always two sides of the same coin.
You know what I
Every
want to
noble
learn?
I've met sucked.
What was that, Brusk?
Every noble I've met sucked.
You know what I want to learn from your mom? That sauce, the milky yellow, whatever she called it. So how do they make? Yeah,
Butter.
Yeah, I want to make butter.
Tell you what. Pretty sure Mama agreed to this. We'll give you a pound of butter for a pound of gator.
No, we got way too much gator to make that exchange, and I'm not carrying around all that meat for the rest of our journey.
All right, 10
Technically,
pounds of
I am,
gator
but-
for 1 pound of butter.
How about?
I thrive on the idea that we're gonna eat thousand teeth every day for lunch while we're looking at Rick.
Well, that's the plan. Like, we just need some traveling food and, not a whole lot, just a little bit.
We'll take the pound of butter, but we will not be exchanging it for some even exchange on the, I don't know how many pounds of this meat we have here, but
You and your mama are going to eat well.
you guys can enjoy the irony.
For sure.
Plus, your mom said she was going to help us out with some payment for getting rid of the gator anyway. So, might as well do a nice deed to her and give her the king's share of the gator meat that we.
She'll give you 10 pounds of butter as your guys'
No, just one. That's plenty. Thank you. We don't want to carry around 10 pounds of.
That shit melts
Right.
within a minute. Like this. You could always just eat it. Like, sorry, Braska could eat it. Like that.
Yeah, I don't know that I can
He
eat that
isn't
much
already.
butter.
I believe in someone.
All I know is
Just need to find enough corn.
it makes my beard so pretty.
It glistens. Alrighty. So, you go back to Mama's. You have a nice little eaten. Get traded some butter, and she'll pay you an extra 200 gold for your efforts as well.
Fordham waves it away and says, we made plenty of money on that.
It's a nice gesture, but it's
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna complain. Doing good is always good. Just, hey, if y'all ever find yourselves around here again, you got a spot here at Mama's.
That's
Appreciate it.
more than generous. Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess all of you got to meet up with your fancy danky boy out in the morning. So, imagine that.
You show up to town, you kill our most legendary beast we have with ease, mind ya. I mean, you got a few licks in you, boy. Looking at you, Braska.
Well, yeah.
He nibbled on me. He really didn't hurt me.
Yeah, and then he went immediately back to me.
Yeah. Sinclair, you lost 30 points. Braska, while raging, lost 60.
Which would have been 120 if that were you.
Well, I lost technically 80 plus 20.
True.
So I still took more damage.
I did take more damage.
Tomb of Levistus.
Woo. That's why I'm the tanky one.
So, anyways, you have some nice meals, some good eatings.
Travel meals, and she gets the rest to keep.
Yep, she packs you up with a whole bunch of travel rations as well. Let's call it at 14 rations each of gator meat she's able to prepare.
Jesus.
It's a big fucking tail. And the tail's like mostly meat.
Before we
Then-
go to bed for the night, I have to cast a spell. Because I haven't done contingency yet, now that I have Fordrum. Or Fordrum's
Are you
thing.
going to say out loud what your contingency is, or are you going to DM it?
I'll DM it to you.
All right, I'm excited. This is the first time I've had a player cast contingency in one of my games. I've only ever had NPCs do it.
How are you okay with stuff that deals with percentage of health? Some DMs rule that it's not really a game mechanic that I know the percentage of health.
I mean, you know how healthy
Okay.
you are, you know, and relatively how close in danger you are and shit like
Okay.
that. So, like, I'd say it's perfectly reasonable for you to say a specified number, not percentage,
Okay.
a specified
Okay.
number. Yeah. Just, it makes it a lot easier. I don't want you to go 36.3%.
That's fine. Well, I was gonna say half, but
And stipulate if it is below
Yes.
or at.
so I'll send it to you. So I'll do it as an actual number. So
Okay, so below that number, that occurs.
Yes.
Very good. I just have to make sure. Contingency. It's a very
It
complex
is.
spell, given how short it is compared to other ones. And you did have Forge
Yes.
craft that statuette.
yes. And I subtracted the money for it.
And look at that. It's a statue made out of silver pieces, guys. Alrighty. Please mark that down in your treasure section on your character sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually add it onto your character sheet as an ability.
Okay.
So that when I ask you, wait, explain that to me when this inevitably happens in like a
Yeah.
month. Then you can just roll the ability, you know, on the right-hand
Yeah.
side, features and traits, you can just roll the trait. Be like, that's what it was.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Weirdly complex spell. Super cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Anyway.
play with different ones over time, but that's the first one I'm gonna try. So
Sounds good. Then morning rolls around, everybody. You wander out towards the beach feeling very well rested, all things considered. Oh, wrong song. And as you're wandering over towards the docks, it is bright and early. roosters don't even begin crowing yet. You start looking around, and naturally, the three of you that have no idea what's going on look across the area and see absolutely nothing. Argan, you look up towards the sky, still rubbing the sleepies away from your eyes. And everyone else follows lead as you see this massive galleon ship that has these large stretched wings like sails on the sides of it. And on the bottom of it, you see these tiny runic markings that are just pushing energy out from underneath it to keep it hovering right there. The top of it has this glorious long sail as well that seems to be much more narrow, much like a sail ship would have, than a galleon would have itself. And it is the most strange thing that three of you have ever seen before in your lives. A flying ship.
Well, that pretty much makes me seeing everything now.
Excited. I don't think I've never actually ridden on one, but I've seen them and I'm on, but
Sinclair, I would like you to roll me an Arcana check, please.
Holy crap.
The bottom of that ship, it has markings that your clan used to have around the primary temple. They called it their broodstone. In case the clan was ever attacked, everybody could evacuate to the temple, and the stones would allow the temple to leave and go someplace else.
So this ship is my former temple?
No, the ship just has the same magical property that your people used to use.
Oh, so this boat was made from the same materials.
That marking on the bottom of it is the exact same style of marking written on a large stone that's the exact same style of stone. But the ship looks modern, like 100% modern. They called it broodstones.
You guys think this thing runs on fire?
Sinclair, it's a magical compulsion from the broomstones.
Yeah, it probably gets its power from the broodstone.
Broom, like sweeping broom.
It allows a facility marked with it to traverse. Basically pick up and go.
Fordham's staring at Argan, waiting for him to acknowledge yes or no.
Which
Arcana check, Argan.
Which makes me wonder if those floating cities in Islacross also had some sort of broomstone.
well, that's what I was going to ask next because
if that's what you're in need of for your facility, you might be able to find someone that knows how to make those.
Argan, he's 100% right. Like he's everything he said is completely accurate.
Fordham's looking at you like he's hearing Chinese, understands the words, but doesn't understand what's being said.
So, Sinclair, where did your people?
We used to mark these on the shrines in the Shogun's temple. If something massive happened, you could activate the broomstone and the facility would lift out of the ground and float away.
They've said the word stone so many times now that Fordham's like, how high up is this ship?
About 80 feet or so.
I fly towards it now because I just need to take a look at the stone itself because I don't need to know what the markings mean. I don't need to know any of that shit. I want to do a little stone cutting moment, and find out what the makeup material of this broomstone is. Is this a slate type stone? Is this granite based? Is it a volcanic stone?
Roll me, I'll say, Smith's tools utilizing wisdom at advantage.
Oh wow.
Or sorry, Jewel Crafters, wisdom advantage.
As I see Forger fly up there, I'm casting Fly on myself, and I'm following him up there to quiz the ever-living crap out of him on everything he finds.
Jesus fucking Christ. I've never seen stone like that before.
This is as old as me, I can tell you that.
Are we sticking with the 14?
No, I'm going to chrono shift it.
All right, roll again.
One more die.
Oh, it's a new day.
Oh. Well, yeah, but chrono shift only allows him to roll one die. I don't think he gets to re-roll the whole advantage.
Yeah, I thought you meant you
No,
had
no.
one more. So
Just
20.
20.
20's good. You saw stonework like this when you were questioning that large location up in Isleworlds. While you were inside of the Utala ruins, the stonework on the outside, like when you were crawling across, was made of that very weird stone that you didn't know what it was, but this seems to be the exact same quality and age of stone. And now that you're looking at it, like, you're not arcane in nature at all, but you understand quality of items in order to infuse them with arcane magics. This stone naturally just allows magic to go inside of it, like, just as a natural concept to it. Like, arcane is natural for it.
I put my hand on the father stone real quick, kind of open my bag to peek in, and I'm gonna just do a quick comparison, drop it back into the bag to see if one is like each other or different. I don't imagine that they are, but I just want to, like, in my mental periodic table, I want to know how far off chemistry wise.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Pretty, not perfectly,
Right.
but it's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
similar.
kind of imagining it's this sort of a, this one's up here, these are down here. And I'm like, all right.
As the two of you are doing that, you hear from this side of the ship, "Are you done examining, or are you going to embark on this vessel?"
My apologies. It's fascinating. Yeah.
It's been ages since I've seen a broomstone in action. They were surprised that I actually know something about this type of magical artifact.
I bet you never mentioned it last time.
Do you not know things usually about magical artifacts?
I
They're shouting to you because you're still all the way down there as they're like floating underneath and they're on top of the
I'm
ship.
just using thaumaturgy. So and I just say back.
Someone will throw a frying pan at you. It is way too fucking early for that.
When you say, well, you didn't mention it last time, Fordrum just elbows you in the ankle because it's probably there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pull a naked ant?
Oh, I'll go to the dock and get on board.
I
Hey,
won't.
Bruska
I'll
will.
just fly up over the side of the ship.
I'll go with Fordrum.
So, whoop. They drop down a rope for Braska and Sinclair to climb up like casuals.
Oh God, I'm glad I didn't have to do that.
I tie my rope of
Well,
climbing.
someone has to bring your
Oh,
chair.
that's right.
Hey,
Hey, Braska,
Dude.
can you grab my chair?
I already did.
Thanks, Braska.
He's just holding it.
I just use my rope of climbing, wrap it around myself like a harness, strap it to Braska's foot.
Efficiency.
I want to note that I'm literally carrying this team.
It's It's about time somebody else is.
Oh.
No, to answer your question, my good sir, I lost a bit of my memory due to some unforeseen accident. So a lot of it scrambled up, and when I could pull bits and pieces of it out, they get shocked at it.
Oh,
Because I know when these things were created.
really? That is quite an impressive thing to know. I have to admit. I had the two of you pegged properly, I thought. As, well, powerful and capable in all physical endeavors. And I was questioning the other two's mental facilities for your capabilities as a troop.
Fortune goes, he got the third highest score on the
Slayer's
takes written exam.
La vie c'est la vie. Do any of you understand Elvish?
I do.
I don't think I do not.
You do.
I do.
Okay. Okay, the two of you understand Elvish. Second place is the first loser. What does that make third?
All I know is it had to have been some sort of big song.
They said it with a
I
smile.
let my jaw drop. And I go, oh, you're not from Uthadurn. Is there anybody who's just a deckhand on this ship? Who's maybe?
Yes.
Are they all elves, or is everybody?
No, half the crew appears to be elven. The other half of the crew is a mix.
All right, I'm looking
of
for
everybody.
the deckhand, like the guy who probably had a mop yesterday. And I just walk over to him and I go, "Hey, lad, I'm
Elven.
I'm Fordrum. Quick question. None of this ship runs on fire, though, right? It's all magical."
The kitchen.
True.
We have fires in the kitchen, but I promise you, the fires aren't going to extend outwards and burn the ship down.
Wasn't worried about that. Thanks, though.
Was the guy that was
I spoke.
was
with
the guy that was talking to us? Was that the guy that invited us on the
Unless-
ship, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
There, and
The same
and
person.
that city's in Tal'Dorei, correct? Okay.
Correct.
So I will introduce myself as Argon Lyceum.
I just smiled like behind him so he can and cross my arms like. Go ahead.
Mr. Lyceum.
And then in Elvish, I say, the third loser.
There is a pink complexion across their face immediately. Well, I do apologize. It is a very common phrase we use in Singorn. It is to express that nothing but the best is ever good enough in order to inspire people to achieve more and better.
That is a lesson my mother, the headmaster, taught very much while I was at school.
You know what? I actually think this job would not be very suitable for you and your group.
Are you sure?
I regret that this job would probably not be all that reasonable for somebody of your status.
Oh, but I'm on an adventuring trip, and don't let my reputation cost Broska and the others their chance at adventure.
As your
And in Elvish, I just say,
headmaster's chair is automatically wheeling towards you for this.
Yeah. Since I mentally control it, I'll just wheel it up right behind me and sit in it right as I know where it's at.
Yeah.
and in Elvish, I'll say, he's the black sheep, son.
Well, Mr. Lyceum,
I would like to express the fact that this job is not exactly permitted by the Tal'Dorei Council.
I am not an official representative of the Tal'Dorei Council, so...
Yet your mother is.
Yes, but my mother's not here.
And the nice thing is, his mother gave him free reign.
I need you to roll me a persuasion check,
Okay.
Argan. Oh, 19. Okay, plus. Okay.
Plus, his mother gave him free reign to do as he pleases on his academic studies.
Yeah. They pick up the right vibe from you. Very well. Then this job should be very good for all of us involved. We may now embark. He barks outwards, and individuals begin moving and starting to take off as best as they can, trying to leave and get this ship floating higher before beginning to cross southwards. As it is moving, he will walk with you downstairs below deck in order to show you where your personal quarters will be. There is one quarters, roughly about a 6 foot by 12 foot wide area that has a proper hammock set up inside of it. It also has a foot locker there that he will express is reasonable for Argan, and then rooms that are about half the size for everybody else. And we'll smile at you all. Well, I, for one, I need to be upfront with you. Given your presumed intelligence, there's no reason to beat around the bush. There is an odd occurrence that we have observed here using a professional grade observatory we have back in Singorn, and we need to check it out. I was sent down here to analyze a shift between the planes that seems to be occurring out in the middle of the desert.
Do you happen to know if this shift is more hellscape?
No,
Because if
we believe it has strong associations to the plane of dreams.
You think it's something coming in or something going out?
In. Things are coming here. Luckily, it has only been small things as of now, but anybody as knowledgeable as yourself should presume that there are bigger things in these other planes of existences that we do not want here. And as a people, we do not want it getting out that these are happening either, for obvious reasons. Cultists, representation, trying to assist it, and general panic from Neanderthals.
The uneducated always jump to conclusions.
Of course. Glad you understand.
I'm
So, yes.
I'm just glad that the crimes that happened when I was last here aren't causing ripples on the planar
Well, I certainly-
balance.
Nature has a way of correcting itself over long periods of time. We believe it is happening because of a strange phenomenon in the grand scope of the universe. Things are aligning strangely, and there's a massive crossover that there usually isn't. Some previous records that we've been able to acquire from the Lyceum, previous to the whole war situation, suggested that these climactic changes occur every 1,000 years or so, but they could be very, very dangerous.
When he says it's been they come and go every thousands of years, that would have been about the same time as the hell opening, right?
That was multiple thousand years ago.
So a couple of those ago.
I mean, give or take. So, like, we say 2,000 years, but if we do 2,126, 2,112,
Yeah,
like,
all I
it's
know is
just grand scope.
there was a
2,000,
tear
you know?
back in my era that allowed
Yes.
the demons or the devils from hell to come through and make deals. Okay.
So, seeing as all of this is occurring, I came all the way out here, and I had a group of adventurers that were willing to go out there and test their mettle against any of the abominations coming through. As soon as they found out what was going on, they tucked their tails between their legs and ran.
We've been to Isles Lacrosse.
Wonderful. So you do not run very easily. Good.
No, we just run straight into it. That's our motto. Face it head on.
So, do you need us to go and deal with what's coming out, or are we going there to try and deal with the breach?
Deal with what is coming out. I need to analyze the breach, and I have in my possession a artifact that should be capable of locking the planes' localized location from being interacted with by otherworldly beings. That is all I am at liberty to say about this. I am on official business by representation of 3 members of the Singun Court as well as the Tal'Dorei Council.
Okay.
And that is all I am at liberty to say as well.
Yeah.
Would you be at liberty to tell us how you got your hands on a brimstone when we get done doing this?
I purchased the ship
Ah,
at auction.
Did you see how he did that? How he kind of told us just a little bit of the story, but not everything? That's kind of amazing, right? We should practice that, I think.
Well, that doesn't sound like us, Fordrum.
hey, I'm trying, Fordrum.
Are you saying that while specifically looking at Sinclair and Argon?
Sinclair, I said.
Argon is pretty much as guilty of that as Sinclair is, to
Yeah.
be fair.
I
You
know, I
said-
just said it loud enough so that Argon would hear it too. But
You said the markings were similar, but not my clans. But they were similar.
I mean, you are not educated enough in arcane practices to know if they were exactly, but they look just like it as best as you could analyze. You have to remember, although it was a natural 20, it's still only a 19.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys,
How long is it going to take us to get there?
2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, you can make the bag of holding out of the gator tail.
what I look for.
Wonderful.
Or
That's
not
where
bag of
it went.
holding.
I was looking
Portable
looking to purchase that tail, actually.
We're gonna.
But if you're going to be using it instead, that is fine.
Yeah, I've got me a new packed weapon.
Wonderful. I'm dealing with a fanatical.
No, you're dealing with an ancient samurai. I'm older than you are.
Well, that is quite an testament considering I'm 213.
2,230 something. Give or take.
Sure. They roll their eyes and begin walking away.
I pull out a soul coin that's as old as I am.
Yep. They just keep walking. Sure, you're older than me. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Let people underestimate you. Just... So, do you all accept this journey and task then?
Yeah. It gets us closer to our objective, and we don't have to cross the desert.
And I would be more than happy to drop you off in Ank'Harel.
That'd be great.
Sounds like it's a perfect deal then.
Wonderful. The payment is 15,000 gold. There is no room for haggling.
I understand. Official council, official payments, or so on and so forth. Yeah.
I'm glad I am dealing with a true professional. They will stick their hand out to you.
I will shake his hand.
And on the confirmation of this job and task, I think this is where we'll call the session today, y'all. Welcome to Marquette, everybody. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.